Hello and welcome to a fresh episode of Research Plus Practice. Well, today I've got a very interesting topic, a topic where research is catching up with practice. So I'm talking about social media and how organizations may or should respond to criticism or feedback on social media. Now I'll tell you two small stories of what got me thinking. One, of course, is a recent case where few few celebrities, few international celebrities joined the ongoing debate on farm laws in India, and they tweeted certain things about the debate that is going on in India. And there was a response from the Indian celebrities as well as from the state. And then there's debate started that should the state be responding to comments or feedback on Twitter handles. And so this is a very recent example. Another example was for a CEO of a company. Now. The CEO was visiting a college and he talked about certain aspects about business. He talked about certain things. He shared his opinion on certain items, and a few people took his thoughts and they tweeted or they wrote it about on social media, and that led to a lot of debate. Now, though the discussion was happening on the social media, the poor CEO could not join that discussion because he did not have a social media profile. Or he believed that this is something that he should not engage with. And so when a lot of thoughts were happening, a lot of people were discussing about whether what he said was right or wrong, he never got a chance to even put out his thoughts. And this continued to his dismay. This continued not for one day, but continued for a few days. And he lost out a chance on giving out his thought. Now, in both the cases, the case where few celebrities joined the debate on farm laws, or this case where a CEO said something and that led to social media wildfire, well, in both the cases, how should the firm or how should the organization be responding? So in this video, I'm going to touch upon four interesting thoughts as to how research is now suggesting organizations to look at, or how practice, or what we have learned from the practice in last few years, or what may be a good way to respond to criticism online, because it's a reality and we are still trying to learn how to answer to that. So point number one, well, as always, you have the right to respond or not to respond. So whenever a feedback or negative criticism happens online, should you jump into answering and responding to all of them? Well, as a good practice, it is suggested two important things. One, do check the content and from where it is coming. So definitely when a feedback is coming from a reputed, legitimate source, it's coming from organizations or institutions which hold some degree of credibility, well, it's important that you respond. So more so also for the content. If you feel that the content of the feedback is something critical or is valuable or is written with good intent, it's good to respond, no matter whether it is a criticism or whether it's a pat on your back. Having said that, many times the real power of social media is that it gives power to individuals, right? So there would be many individuals who might write to you, who you may not know or who might not be celebrities, but they still deserve a response. So I typically like to suggest to organizations that periodically, whether you set a once in a week or once in 2 weeks, an effort should be made by the organization, an earnest effort to respond to the content of the criticism that has been received periodically, than keep quiet and mum. In fact, the biggest risk that an organization can take is have a social media profile but not respond on it. So point number two, engage. So please note, one of the challenges that organizations or the more structured the organization is, they feel it more difficult to respond to social media on social media platforms, primarily because they are working in a reactionary mode. So please note, isn't social media a platform to engage and build a dialogue? So it may happen people will agree with you, it may happen on days that people will not agree with you. But having a very specific or having a very robust plan on engagement is critical. So organizations which are able to set the agenda on social media do find long-term benefits when it comes to engaging with the audience, and also when there are chances or when people start questioning or criticize your moves. So it's very important that any organization, it works even for individuals, please understand the power of a social media platform is in building engagement and dialogue. And so you should not be only in the reactionary mode. So don't use social media only for announcing awards or celebrating some success that you have had, or just to respond to people who are writing something to you. So build an honest and an earnest attempt to have that engagement on the social media profile. A related subpart to that, to this point is, even when you are responding to feedback, sometimes there is negative criticism, sometimes people are questioning or are raising questions on your offerings, on your action. Please note, if you come across as a person or as an organization which deals with criticism with a heavy hand, there's a likely chance that it will backfire on social media platforms. So it is always suggested that that we need to be civil in our responses, and we need to highlight that we do not use too much of power, or we do not show that we are trying to overpower criticism, because especially when it's about organizations and individuals, and when an individual raises a concern and the entire organization might comes to suppress it, well, you end up actually losing the perception battle on the social media platform. So build an honest engagement and make sure that you are not isolated and are not seen as a bully on the social media platform. Point number 3, coordinate and collaborate. So social media platforms provide a wonderful opportunity for organizations to build an engagement or to build loose connections with individuals outside the organization periphery. So we have our employee members who work with us, we have our suppliers and users, but social media platforms help you connect with individuals even beyond these traditional domains and to the wider stakeholders. Build this engagement, nurture this engagement, because, and especially when you will realize the power of this engagement when you are under the pump, or when there is when what you call these days a Twitter storm, or when everybody is or when many people start questioning, or there's a negative publicity on these social media platforms. It is these people who will stand by you. You cannot be seen defending yourself and nobody else coming for your support. The ideal thing that can happen for you on social media is that when people question or when people criticize, if you find that the criticism is justified, you accept, apologize, or give a feedback as to how and when you will address that. If you feel that the criticism is unjustified or that it has a malicious intent, you will definitely respond. You should definitely respond that is not true. But the real power on social media will happen when others also join in supporting your credibility. So this brings me to my last and final point, which is building credibility. So please note, whenever an individual raises a comment or a feedback, it's the other members on the social media who possibly read it and then make up their mind whether they are with you or against you. Now, organizations which are credibility or well-reputed organizations, they get this additional buffer, where when the first few people come with the feedback, others would like to believe, oh, they might have got it wrong. This is a very reputed organization. They cannot be doing this. Please note, this additional buffer is critical. And this is like an asset that you build over a period of time through right actions, and right actions which are communicated. So make sure that as you have built your reputation and credibility over years, the same is also translated and worked upon on the social media platforms. Only when you do that, you'll be able to harness the benefits or the effort that you have taken to build a just, moral and a reputed organizations. So keep investing on it, because social media is perhaps the biggest litmus test for any organization's reputation. So let me stop here now. What I've shared with you today are 4 good practices of how organizations should approach social media conversations. Now, this is a very fast evolving field, and for people and for viewers of this video who are from field of practice, and if you think that there are any other good practices that one should look at or how organizations should behave on social media, please put it out in the comment section, because only through your experiences or sharing of those experiences will the academia as well as the field of practice will get enriched. So let me know how you like this video, and till next time, goodbye and take care.